Was serdecznie z przepięknej Marbei. Dzisiaj wyjątkowo jest troszeczkę chłodniej, bo jest 28 stopni. Kilka dni temu tak naprawdę mieliśmy cały czas 40 stopni, dzisiaj jest troszeczkę chłodniej przy samym brzegu morza. Deptak bardzo fajnie tutaj spędzi sobie czas. Dlaczego jesteśmy w Marbei? W dzisiejszym odcinku opowiemy sobie troszeczkę o zakładaniu spółek i biznesie w Hiszpanii, ale nie tylko. Opowiemy Wam też i będziemy mieli wywiad z osobą, która też opowie Wam o podatkach w Hiszpanii, o tym, jak to wygląda tutaj w zakresie przenoszenia się zarówno ze spółką, z biznesem, jak i rezydencji osoby fizycznej, ale też porozmawiamy sobie z lokalnym agentem nieruchomości, który opowie nam, jak dzisiaj wyglądają ceny nieruchomości w Hiszpanii. Jest to temat bardzo istotny, dlatego że w kontekście wzrostu cen nieruchomości w Polsce i ogólnie inflacji w Polsce, dzisiaj Hiszpania staje się bardzo popularna, jeżeli chodzi o kierunek inwestycji w nieruchomości, i efektem tego też jest zakładanie spółek w Hiszpanii, dlatego że dużo bardziej opłaca się rejestracja spółki i później zakup przez nią nieruchomości. Opowiemy sobie dlaczego. Dzisiaj tak naprawdę Hiszpania, która już parę lat nieruchomości w Hiszpanii, powiedzmy jakieś inwestycje w Hiszpanii, była synonimem ludzi majętnych, wchodzi troszeczkę pod strzechy i się okazuje, że coraz więcej osób bardziej opłaca się zainwestować w nieruchomość w Hiszpanii, która jest tańsza teraz niż nieruchomość w Polsce w niektórych regionach, a to, co dzisiaj usłyszeliśmy, tak naprawdę nieruchomości w Sopocie są na poziomie nieruchomości w Dubaju, więc w kontekście tego ta Hiszpania to się w ogóle wydaje bardzo, bardzo tania. Ale jeżeli chodzi o spółki w Hiszpanii. Jak zakłada się spółkę w Hiszpanii? Jest to jeden z tych krajów, gdzie dalej ta rejestracja najlepiej wychodzi w sposób tradycyjny. Wyróżniamy, tak jakby można powiedzieć, 3 etapy. Spółka ZOI, odpowiednik Sociedad Limitada, kapitał zakładowy 3000 euro i rejestracja dalej sformalizowana z użyciem notariuszy. Jak wygląda ten proces? Jest on dość charakterystyczny, dlatego że jeżeli chodzi o rejestrację spółki, najpierw musimy zacząć od uzyskania numerów lokalnych, numeru NIE, numer identyfikacji dla obcokrajowca, oraz numer NIF, czyli numer identyfikacji podatkowej. Czyli w Polsce sporządzamy pełnomocnictwo, które obejmuje najpierw uzyskanie tych numerów i później dopiero rejestrację u notariusza. Zarówno NIF, jak i NIE to jest około 10 dni, żeby je uzyskać. Potem tak naprawdę mamy możliwość w około 2-3 dni rejestracji spółki. Oddział nie opłaca się zakładać w Hiszpanii z 2 powodów. Po pierwsze, to jest to, co zawsze mówimy, bardzo często jest tak, że jeżeli chodzi o koszt rejestracji oddziału, to jest on porównywalny z kosztem rejestracji samej spółki SL. Dodatkowo, jeżeli mówimy o czasie, to też to nie jest tutaj, że coś zaoszczędzamy, jeżeli chodzi o czas rejestracji spółki i w porównaniu do oddziału, w porównaniu do spółki. No i tak naprawdę, jeżeli chodzi o oddział, musimy pamiętać o tym, że oddział nie ma osobowości prawnej, czyli nie wchodzimy na rynek hiszpański w zakresie osobowości prawnej. Dlatego dalej lokalna spółka SL jest najlepszym rozwiązaniem, jeżeli chodzi o wejście na rynek hiszpański, uzyskanie tutaj osobowości prawnej i podatkowej. Czyli tak jak wspomniałem, 3 ruchy. W Polsce sporządzamy pełnomocnictwo, które następnie przed notariuszem legalizujemy i musimy na nie uzyskać klauzulę apostille, czyli to jest ten pierwszy ruch. Drugi ruch to tak naprawdę, kiedy już to pełnomocnictwo fizycznie dociera do Hiszpanii, lokalnie wyrabiamy numer NIF i numer NIE dla udziałowców oraz dla dyrektorów spółki i to trwa około 10 dni. I później to, co już na sam koniec kończy rejestrację, jest dość sprawne, to jest rejestracja spółki przed notariuszem spółki SL, wpisanie jej do registru mercantil. Często też takie pytania od Was słyszymy, bo w Polsce to ma miejsce, że sprzedajemy gotowe spółki z VAT-em. W Hiszpanii raczej nie opłaca się to robić. Dlaczego? Dlatego, że zmiana dyrektorów w istniejącej spółce często trwa dłużej niż rejestracja całkowicie nowej spółki. Takie ten rejestr jest skonstruowany. Dlatego akurat Hiszpania, w przeciwieństwie do innych krajów, nie wiem, Czech, Litwy, to nie jest kraj, gdzie sprzedajemy gotowe spółki. Często po prostu ta rejestracja spółki nowej od początku jest najlepszym sposobem, żeby tą spółkę w Hiszpanii mieć. Więc jeszcze raz, 3 tak naprawdę kroki w rejestracji spółki w Hiszpanii. Legalizacja i sporządzenie w Polsce przed notariuszem pełnomocnictwa. Kiedy pełnomocnictwo dociera do Hiszpanii, wyrobienie numeru NIF i numeru NIE dla udziałowców dyrektorów. Trzeci krok, rejestracja spółki przed notariuszem i ten poprzedni trwa około 10 dni, tutaj 2 dni, około 2 dni na samą rejestrację spółki. To na tyle, jeżeli chodzi o spółkę w Hiszpanii. Za moment usłyszycie tak naprawdę, jak na dzisiaj wygląda rynek hiszpański w zakresie nieruchomości od osoby, która tutaj jest agentem i sprzedaje nieruchomości w Hiszpanii, oraz usłyszycie, jak wyglądają podatki zarówno w zakresie spółek, jak i w zakresie przeprowadzki tutaj do Hiszpanii, jeżeli mówimy tutaj o osobach, które jako polscy rezydenci chcą tą rezydencję zmienić na Hiszpanię. Do usłyszenia i widzimy się za chwilę.
Okay, so if you could just describe about the residency for people who are in Poland, the tax residents, and they want to buy property in Spain just for the holiday purposes.
Okay.
How does it affect the tax here in Spain?
Well, basically, if they don't reside in Spain for tax purposes, that is, if they don't spend more than 183 days in Spain, they will just pay taxes as non-resident, so meaning that if they have the property and they use the property for vacations, they will pay what we call the deemed income, which is something very, very low at the rate of 19%. And if they rent the property to other people, I mean, if they buy a property and use it for rental, they will have to pay 19% on the net rental income.
So they will not become residents in Spain, only pay tax on the
only
property.
Pay taxes on the properties, on the income that they have in Spain, but
Okay.
not out of Spain, of course. But if they spend here in Spain more than 183 days and they become resident for tax purposes in Spain, then the things change.
Yes, and they pay tax for
And
the
they pay
whole
tax
income
on
and
worldwide income and worldwide wealth.
Okay,
Exactly.
so that's what you said. This is something different in Spain, that you have wealth tax.
Exactly. In Spain, we have wealth tax that is very different from other countries in Europe. The wealth tax levies the net wealth of an individual worldwide. If you are not resident of Spain, then the wealth tax only levies the wealth that you have in Spain. And then Andalusia and Madrid has the wealth tax rate is 0%. So if your properties are located in Andalusia or in Madrid, you will be paying zero wealth tax.
Okay.
And as a difference, for example, from Baleares.
Okay, and you said this is the difference and why some people don't want to become resident in Spain, yes?
Well, it's a barrier. It is a barrier for attracting investment to Spain because if you buy something in Spain, even if you are non-resident and you buy a property of, I don't know, 4 million euros or 3 million euros in Baleares, for example, or in any other place in Spain other than Madrid and Andalusia, you will be paying 1.5 or 2% on the value of that property on an annual basis. So even though this property doesn't trigger any income.
And you said that the Beckham law, which is very well known, is for someone who is employed here in Spain, yes?
Yes, Beckham law is a very good tax regime for people that want to move to Spain and live in Spain. If they are gonna come for labor purposes, so if they get an employment in Spain, they can elect to apply the Beckham law if they comply with the rest of the requisites. And then if they decide to set up a company to develop a business activity in Spain, and the company is an active company and you become director of that company, you can also have the chance to apply for the Beckham law. The Beckham law basically is that you pay taxes in Spain as if you were non-resident, even though you live here.
Okay.
So,
but there is a time limitation for this, yeah?
Yeah, it's a time limitation. Is the year you come and 5 more. Is the year you come 5 more. Yeah.
Okay, and then what is the tax, effective tax on Beckham law?
If you apply the Beckham, it's 24 for salary income or business salary income, 24. And then for the rest of the income, saving income, capital gain, is 19%.
For you, 24 is low, and for Poland, it's normal.
Well, for us, 24 is very low because the progressive rate can go up to 48 or 49%.
48%,
yeah, more than 40%. And in some regions of Spain could reach up to 50%.
And how Spanish residents try to avoid such a high tax? Well, what are the main methods? They change residency, they move?
Well, the anti-abuse legislation in Spain is very developed, so it is difficult to avoid being taxed. If you become resident of Spain and you get such level of income, you are directly obliged to pay the 40 something, whatever
So it's really
you have to
hard
pay.
to avoid.
Of course. If you don't want to pay that, then the only thing you can do is you move from Spain to any other country.
About regions of Spain, what's the difference for people who considering Spain but don't know which region they should pick? Maybe Costa del Sol, maybe Alicante region, maybe Costa Brava, close to Barcelona. What would you recommend? What are the criteria they should consider?
I think that one of the main criteria that people look for when they're looking for an investment or maybe lifestyle is infrastructure. So this area in particular, Costa del Sol, is probably one of the most developed, well, it is the most developed region in Spain for infrastructure. We've got the third largest airport in Spain. You've got a multiple of international schools here. So if your children are German speaking, I'm not sure about Polish speaking.
But it will probably happen soon, yeah?
I'm sure it'll happen soon, yeah. You've got Scandinavian schools, international schools, there's loads of school options, and they're very good schools, very good reputation. In Estepona here we've got Colegio San Jose, which is in the top 10 schools in Spain, and that's a bilingual school. So I think families, obviously, that's an important consideration. Hospitals, got very good healthcare, lots of private hospital services in this area. And then climate is also important. I mean, we are speaking from probably the hottest summer on record. But having said that, the microclimate, whether that's mythical or not, there is supposedly this microclimate that exists in Marbella.
Okay.
So you have very temperate winters. The winter in Estepona and Marbella is normally between 18 and 21 degrees.
And what you said earlier is also a reflection in prices of this part being the most perfect one, yeah? So the prices here are much higher than, for example, Alicante region, yeah?
Yeah.
And what are the average prices? If there are any average prices for people looking to purchase, and
so
to give them some idea.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, it's there's a big range of prices. So in the areas that we cover, which are Marbella, then Estepona, and Grande, then Marbella you could be looking at anything from 3,000 euros a square meter up to 45,000, 50,000 euros a square meter. It goes crazy. And in Estepona, you're never going to get to the 50,000,
Okay.
but you're going to get to 10, 15,000 euros a square meter for sure. And starting from around 2,000 to 3,000 euros a square meter. So, let's say in real terms, is it possible to buy an apartment in Marbella for 300,000? Yes, it is. Yeah, it's still possible. In Estepona, you can still find properties for that region, and you can also find properties for 45 million in Marbella if you want to. So there's a very wide market. The areas, it's such a big area. The regions are so big that in Marbella, for example, you can be looking at an area like Nueva Lucia, the Golden Mile in Marbella, Sierra Blanca, and then Marbella East. These are all big areas, and within those areas there's a big variation in prices. So there's something for everyone.
Okay. And the other regions, you would say like half the prices here?
Yeah, I'm not an expert, quite honestly. I'm very localized, but I would imagine that at least half the price.
But you said that the infrastructure there, and some parts is what we just said about Benidorm. Yeah, Benidorm is one of the worst places to go in Spain because.
Wow, I mean Benidorm has its own market. You know, it's another niche market. It's not one that I particularly would want to market myself.
Or anyone nice idea.
Yeah, too many bricks, you know. But here it's. I would say that the tourism is very family orientated. So you're not looking at stag and hen parties. It's more of a family-based tourism.
Okay.
So which is more going out to restaurants, having fun on the beach. There is a nightlife, obviously, and there's a lot of money if you want to look at money, look at the cars, etc. But the general tourism is very civilized.
And this is also like important for Polish clients. If there are options, maybe are there options for them to finance a real estate?
Yeah.
Somehow through Spanish banks?
Sure.
They are foreigners. How does it work?
So Spain is still open for business in terms of banks. It's still possible to get mortgages. For non-residents, normally you'd be looking up to 60% of the purchase price or the valuation, whichever is lowest. They will take the lowest figure. And in some instances, you can get more than 60%. It is quite unusual, to be honest. The higher the value, the less ratio they will give you. So let's say you're looking at a property of 5 million to 10 million, for example. Then they'll probably only give you 50% of that amount. But considering that you have got solidarity taxation now in Spain for very wealthy people, over 3 million assets, then taking a mortgage now makes sense because you're not taxed.
And banks accept foreign sources of income? How does it work?
Yeah, as long as you have got evidence of taxes paid and you've got pay slips. They want to see a lot of documentation, yeah?
That is possible.
Like any bank, yeah, it's possible.
Okay.
And we have very good relationships with both national banks and private banks. So if somebody's got a lot of money, then the private banking sector in Spain, which are arms of national banks, is pretty sophisticated. So you can have money lent, you can deposit money in Luxembourg in a fund and have a loan agreement against that money for Spain.
Okay.
So it's you have a good level of sophistication for high net worth individuals who have corporate structures and who want to mitigate tax exposure, etc., etc., etc.
Okay. My last advice for people who want to invest here in Poland, customers who are watching us, what you advise them? What would the first step would they want to purchase property here?
I think that it's always good to be prepared. So my advice would be to watch YouTube videos like this one, to talk to a lawyer. It's a very good idea before you come, to have some advice about how you're going to purchase. So if you are thinking of using a mortgage, why not contact a bank before you come? We can help with that. I'm sure you can too. Have a relationship with the bank in place before you come because it does take time. And the market is moving here very fast.
Okay.
So
what do you mean by that? The prices are growing?
No, I mean that we've had many occasions. We've been here 20 years, yeah. In the last 2 or 3 years, I've never seen this before. We've had instances where if you don't put money down with a lawyer on a property very fast, you've lost it the next day. Yeah. So the people that are prepared, that have their infrastructure in place to purchase a lawyer, a bank, they have an advantage if they see a property that they like and they want to move ahead.
So they should start with the preparation, not with the property. So they should have everything in place and then come here, look at properties you would like and be ready to purchase because it might be of the money.
You do both at the same time.
Okay.
So, we are members of several networks here. So even though we're a small office, we can offer everything on the market, absolutely everything. And we have a lot of off-market opportunities as well, things that will not appear online. So the other thing to do, I would suggest, is to find an agent that you like and that you trust, very important, and to work with somebody that you like, because they will have access to the entire market. The problem with looking online, especially in Spain, is that a lot of the properties do not exist.
Really?
Yeah, it's incredible. So a lot of the portals here, they're still advertising properties we sold 5 years ago. Yeah, it's unbelievable, but they are. We write to them, but it's not their fault. It's the agents that are publicising all those portals. Yeah. So there's a lot of misinformation online, unfortunately. So it does pay to work with an agent, send them properties that you see online, to check that they actually do exist as well.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. See you.
Okay.